joining me Breaking the Silence podcast today. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jeannie Perez, and I am the founder of You're Not Alone and the podcast that you're listening to today. I want to thank everyone for supporting me. I've been having amazing support with this brand new podcast. I've never done a podcast before. This is my first time. And I just want to thank everyone that's really been showing me a lot of support and really been supporting my cause, which is the mental health and drug and addiction cause. With that said, today's episode is going to be on something that's being brought up a lot with my clients and my community. And that's on how to handle panic attacks. They sneak up on you. You don't even realize that they're coming. So, a lot of people are asking me if I could just talk about it today, because they were just trying to figure out how to control it, because most of the times you're not even realizing that you're having a panic attack. So I just want to go over today a little bit of what life is, the scenario on what life is when you're actually getting ready to have a panic attack, what life is feeling a little bit while you're in a panic attack, and how to hopefully be able to get yourself out of it in a safe way. And again, if you don't know anything about my podcast is a raw podcast. I'm not sugarcoating anything that has to do with supporting mental health and drug and addiction. Most everything that I talk about is going to be true life events or true life mental health and drug and addiction situations. So some things might be too raw for some people, and some things people will be able to resonate with. And what I'm going to talk about today is going to I'm hoping that someone that's listening to me will be able to use my tools and resources to be able to help them during a panic attack if they're alone and they don't have anyone around them, to help them just get through that wave, because I just call it an actual wave. The panic attacks are not, most of the time, and we pray that they're not, most of the time are not harmful to us. At the moment, I know that someone, when they are having a panic attack, they feel like they're dying. They're going to have a heart attack. Their whole body is just shutting down on them. And I get it. And that's why I want to just go ahead and just talk about it a little bit today and give a little bit of a insight on it, and a little bit of resources, or maybe someone can use it if they need so, or they can use it towards a loved one, with a loved one, or for themselves. I was talking to a professor at one of the colleges nearby, which is Rutgers, and congrats to all the Rutgers graduates this year. And he's a professor in psychology. And I was talking to him today because he's a board member on one of the facilities that I'm going to be doing an event soon at. And I just asked him his insight, can you give me a little bit of insight on how you feel, or what you think is beneficial to anyone if they're in a panic attack. And he gave me a lot of information. I'm going to share some of it. He gave me so much, we don't have enough time to go through the whole breakdown that he gave me, but I'll share a little bit of it. I will be putting all the information that he gave me into a book, and some tools and resources that anyone can use. So in a couple of days, I'll have all that ready on my website. And I'll let everyone know, or anyone that really wants to know or wants to have some kind of resource to help them out with any panic attacks. I'll have that ready in a couple of days. But, as he was telling me, most of the time you're feeling, if you felt this way before, then you'll be able to resonate. You feel like your body is running, your heart is pounding, short of breath, glare vision, your head you can't really function, you feel disconnected. Those are signs of panic attacks. It's your nervous system responding. It's preparing. Your nervous system, normally what it does is put you in a safety mode zone, kind of freezes you up. But you don't realize that's what your brain is doing, your nervous system is doing. So your body goes almost into a shock, like a panic attack shock. and your organs, they just start getting crazy on you. Your heart starts pounding for most people. Some people start throwing up. So if these are kind of feelings that you felt before, most likely it was a panic attack. And I know that a lot of times when someone is in that predicament of having all these emotions just running through them, and they can't hardly breathe, or their chest is pounding, they think they're getting ready to have a heart attack, their mind is not thinking like, okay, I'm okay. Their mind is thinking, oh my God, I'm about to die and I'm about to have this heart attack and no one's around me to help me. So that's why I'm here, and I'm hoping to be able to give you a couple of insights or tools that you can use to be able to get yourself back, grasp yourself back at that moment at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when you're by yourself. But I was told it could help, you have to try to bring yourself back, be content with yourself, talk to yourself. And a lot of the methods that I've heard that, and I've seen with my own clients in my community, and also talking to the professor today from Rutgers, is the breathing method. And I'm so big on that breathing method. And so many people that I talk to, because like I said, knowledge is power. So you're never going to know enough. I'm always talking to people, trying to learn more and more. And I just had such a great conversation with him this morning, because I just wanted to get some more, feedback and insight on my podcast today. And he was telling me the same thing, like that breathing method. And if you haven't learned that breathing method yet, please reach out to me or go on my website. If you can't find the tools and resources that you're looking on my website, because I know they're always, my team is always adding stuff to the website, and some things might be in another part of the website where you're not familiar with it and know where to get it. Just reach out to us, let us know what you're looking for. But the breathing method is so simple. I mean, you can either do the breathing method where you're breathing in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Do that a couple times. Or you can do the breathing method where it's the 5 things that I can touch, feel. 4 things that I can smell around you. Like, you just start getting familiarized with things around you to try to focus yourself off of the attack, away from your attack, and more into what's going on or what's around you. That's a little bit of a way, a tool to get you away from the attack and trying to bring you back, get yourself back in content and calming yourself down. Just try to figure out what's around you. What do you see? What color? What do you smell? All those simple kind of things that we don't really think about, but they really do help us out in a big way. And of course, if you have to get up, if you're laying in bed, you might need to get up from all these emotions that are running through, and you're feeling like you're about to have a heart attack or you can't breathe. Sometimes it's better to just get up. If you're laying down, sit up. Have a glass of water or drink some water, or just throw water on your face. If you're not able or you don't understand on how to do the breathing method or the view and sound and feel method, which, like I said, if you don't understand these methods, please reach out to me and I'll get something out to you so that you can have it if you need it. And besides of that, like I was talking to him, he's giving me so much information that I'm still trying to put together myself. But like he said, a lot of the time that we have these panic attacks, and again, I go back to it again, and I spoke about this again yesterday. It's trauma. It's a lot that we try to process on our own. We try to keep these feelings within our own, within ourselves, and we try to handle this on our own, whether it's trauma, whether it's just stress, just thoughts that we're trying to push back in our mind and trying to hide them. Your mind and your brain can only take us so much before your other organs in your body start reacting. And that's where your nervous system comes in place, because your mind never forgets what you store in it. Whether it's trauma, happiness, sadness, whatever it is, you store all these things, emotions into your brain. It's like almost like a computer. It stores everything in there. But unfortunately, with our mind, sometimes we can't turn it on and off like we do our computer. Your mind just starts leaking out sometimes. Some of these traumas or some of these emotions or things that just bring stress onto us that we're not realizing that it does. It just sneaks up on us. And most of the time, that's sometimes where a panic attack will come in place because you're not ready. But here's your mind, and your mind just started leaking all this into your system again, and you're just starting to think, and you're floating away with these thoughts and these memories that you've been trying to push back. And that's where I'm trying to hopefully be able to help someone that's listening to my podcast realize that, yes, it's real. I get it. That pain that you're feeling is real. Those emotions that you're going through are real. You know, maybe someone else might tell you, oh, it's going to pass. This panic attack is going to pass. Yes, it's going to pass. That's no lie. It's going to pass. But at the moment, you have to find your coping skills to be able to calm yourself down so that the wave can pass. Because it will pass. It's not going to last forever. But if we do come, we come into reality with ourselves and realize what is the core problem of why you're having these panic attacks, that is the way of starting to heal. If you're able to say to yourself, okay, I know what's going on with myself, and sometimes I can't control myself, and I know sometimes you can. That's just life. That's reality. That's the truth. That, mental illness or drug and addiction, sometimes the individual, they can't control it. And that's true. Some people might say they can control it, but they can't. It's a chemical imbalance. No one says they want to have mental illness. No one says they wake up and say they want to be an addict. Some of us just can't come to those terms where we can say no. That's not the kind of life that they asking for. But unfortunately, that's some things that they're dealing with because of their chemical imbalance. And yes, sometimes some of the chemical imbalance is trauma, or because they have a really bad nervous system, or they're going through a lot of stress, or something really bad just happened in their life and they just can't disconnect from that feeling or that emotion. So it builds up, and it's true, it's real. The feelings that they're feeling are real. The pain is real, and we can't feel the feelings for them, and we can't handle the pain for them, but we have to support them on that because it's real. So I know that a lot of people don't have the support that they need to be able to help themselves and put some coping skills in place, follow the coping skills, or some of them don't even have any kind of support to say, I do have a problem and I need help. Like, how do I start healing? Because a lot of us, we don't have that strength within us to just say, okay, there is something wrong. I better go get help. Let me get it. Some of us, our strength is not there, and we just continue to give in to these emotions. We can continue to give into this pain, and it just takes you down. And you don't know how to get back out of there. You don't know how to pull yourself back out of that dark hole. So not to get off track, I'm just trying to, let some people know that if you are listening and you're going through this, or you are listening but you've never dealt with mental health, or you never dealt with addiction, I just want you to know that if you're just listening just to listen, but you can't resonate with this, I want you to know that mental health is real. Drug and addiction is real. These pains and these urges are real. They're not just saying that they need or they're in pain just to say it. And if you know someone that is going through this, please support them, because that's really what they need. They need support. Because it's not going to go away. You can't put a Band-Aid on it and just cover it up. These individuals, they need help. They need the support. They need the push. And they can make a change. With support, anyone can make a change. And that's what my podcast is about. My podcast is not about me asking you for anything. I'm not asking you to join my community. I'm not asking you to use my support system. I'm not asking you to buy anything from my website or anything like that. I'm just asking, if you're here, show up for yourself. If you're the one that's suffering from mental illness or drug and addiction, show up for yourself. Ask for the help. Get the help and start healing. if you're a caregiver or you're just someone listening because you just want to find out a little bit more about mental health and drug and addiction, I'm telling you that it's real. And if you do support it, or you do know someone that's going through this, but you've never been there for them, I advise you to do that. Be there for them, because you will see a change. Okay, so now getting back to what I was talking about, I just thought I needed to put that out there, because I know so many of our clients in our community are just being brushed off. And it's sad to say, because they're no different than any of us. They're humans just like us, just with some kind of, with some problems. Not problems that can't be handled, because they can, but just they're having some situations right now, and they just need a little support. They need a little push, and that's where we come in place. Give them support, stand by their side, let them know, we're here. You need our help, we're here. Just reach out and let us know. Just stand there, show up for yourself. Get the help that you need. If you can resonate with what my episode is today, and that's panic attacks. If you can resonate with those emotions and those feelings, hopefully you can take away today from my podcast the tools and resources, which is the breathing method. If you can't focus, because I know the one person told me, well, I know most of the time a lot of them can't focus when they're going through this panic attack, because their vision goes blare, everything just goes so far. They feel like they're so far they can't function at that moment. They probably can't do the breathing method. So if that's you, and your panic attacks are really bad like that, where you can't focus and everything is blaring far from you, and you can't really grasp yourself and come in content and calm yourself down. And if you can get to a bag or something, if you can't breathe in that bag a couple of times and try to get yourself together, or breathe through your nostrils and try to slow yourself down that way, or try to figure out what's around you, like what are you seeing, what color you're seeing, what are you feeling. If you can't do none of those, I advise you to reach out to somebody. Pick up the phone. If you're home and if you have someone at home, just scream. Let them know you're going through something really bad at this moment. I need help. Throw water on your face. Grab some water. Drink a cup of water. If none of this is helping, I ask to just scream and ask for help. If you can't get to a phone for help, if you're home with someone, scream. If you're outside, let someone that you're seeing walking by that you need help. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed of what's going on with you. It's nothing to be ashamed of. What's more important is your life. What's more important is being able to come in content with yourself, and try to get help so that you can heal. And believe me, these panic attacks, it's a wave. It's not going to last forever. You're going to be able to work through them. You're going to be able to hopefully put some coping skills into it and get yourself through it. It's only temporary. It's not going to last. The wave is going to go by. You're going to be able to calm yourself back down, and you're going to be able to put yourself back together. You're not broken. You're not doing nothing that you're not supposed to do. It's just like I said, it's stuff that we store in our brains that sometimes either leaks through, we start thinking all over again, or it could just be something that happened at that moment. You could have heard something, you could have seen something that triggered it. And like I said, our life is full of triggers. So sometimes it's hard for us sometimes to really not give into the triggers and wind up either having a panic attack, or your mind just starts playing tricks on you. I get it. But we have to come and try to really calm ourselves down, talk to ourselves. If you have to talk to yourself, talk to yourself. If that's the way that you're going to be able to calm yourself down and get yourself through any kind of emotion that starts running to all these thoughts through your brain, your mind, and your heart starts skipping a beat and you feel like you're having a heart attack, talk to yourself. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I just want you to be able to get through this wave. If it's a panic attack or wave, I just want to be able to get you where you're calm and you're able to just really walk yourself through this wave and get yourself back together, because it's not going to last forever. It's going to pass. Okay? We are going to be putting together some some stuff for this because I know, talking to the professor today, he did give me a lot of information to put together. He gave me some other breathing methods that I want to put together out there for everyone that's listening to me or to my community, so that you can go through it and really see it. What he did tell me was one thing that I knew, and I did, I have said this to my clients, and I have said this out in the community, but what he really, really said was really important to let everyone know that when you go through a panic attack, your body goes through a really, really rough relapse. Like it's almost like a relapse. Like your body, your organs, your body, your brain, everything just goes back in a relapse, and it kind of like almost stays at a standstill. So it kind of locks for a minute. And he said it's really important for them to know that after a panic attack, that you really hydrate yourself. And that's really, really important. And he couldn't say it anymore. He continued to repeat that to me. He said it's really important that they hydrate themselves because their body just went into a shock. And it's important that you hydrate yourself so that your body can fall back in place, because it's just, when you're in a panic attack, your body almost like it's in a shock. It kind of like locks for a minute or a couple minutes until your wave goes through. So your body is really rough for a couple minutes, okay? So it is important that you do hydrate yourself. Grab a journal. If you're a person that really likes to write in a journal a lot, grab a journal, just write your thoughts out. I mean, let them thoughts out free. Just write them out. No filter, no nothing, just write them out. Everything that's going through your mind, everything that you're feeling even after the panic attack, everything that's still running through your mind, just let it free. Pick up your journal, write it, everything, no filter. Sometimes just picking up something that really makes you comfy, a blanket, just secure yourself with that blanket. If it's a jacket that really makes you secure, a pillow, whatever it is. After that panic attack, just ease yourself into that blanket, ease yourself into that teddy bear, whatever it is that really makes you feel safe, just so that you can continue to calm your body down while you're hydrating yourself with the fluids, writing in your journal. Just wrap yourself up, but just grab whatever it is, a teddy bear, a blanket, a pillow, taking a shower, a warm shower, whatever it is going to help you continue to calm your body down and bring your body back where it was before you had that shock. Just do it. And also, once everything passes and you pass the wave, you hydrate yourself, you feel comfortable again. If you're in a place where you can just take a little nap or something, try to reset your brain and your nervous system, do it. I mean, a 30-minute nap, 15-minute nap, 10-minute nap. Just try to reset yourself mentally, also after hydrating and calming yourself down. And that's really basically what I wanted to go over today. It was, I have a lot of information that I got from the professor, but I'm going to need to put that together. I want to put that into a book, have it out there for anyone that really needs it, anyone that's really affected by these panic attacks. I know some people, I've been told, have them multiple times. It all depends on how severe, not just your mental health, but yes, how severe your mental health is, but also your nervous system, whatever stress, whatever life is throwing at you. It all depends on what you have as an individual, what you're going through on a daily basis. I know that has a lot to play in it when you're having these panic attacks. So some people might not have them but every couple of months. Some people might have them every couple of weeks. Some people might have them a couple times a day. It varies. So if it's something that you're dealing with, and if my information is helping you, you're resonating with it, and you would like more information on this, reach out to us, because I am going to be putting something together just on this, because I have so much information that was provided to me from the professor. Reach out to me and I'll get this out over to you, or someone from my team will be able to get this booklet out to you. And again, if you're following me, you should be getting updates on my events on my podcast, on my Twilight Yoga, anything that I'm doing, you should be getting updates. If you don't follow me, you don't have to if you don't want to, but go on my website. You can register on my website or go on the website on a daily basis and see what's going on. But I advise you, if my podcast resonates with you, whatever I'm talking about every day, mental health and drug and addiction, if that interests you, if that's something that you support, follow me, because there's always something new that I'm putting out there every day on a daily basis. I'm doing events on a daily basis. Get on my website, register so that you can get emails on everything on a daily basis. With my community, I'm in contact with them on a daily basis. So if that's something that you want, then please go on my website and register. Again, if you have been following me and listening to my podcast, you know that I am open and I'm looking for volunteers, anyone that supports the mental health and drug and addiction. If you don't support mental health or drug and addiction, don't waste your time and don't waste my time, because I'm not bringing anyone on. Even that you're just a volunteer, I'm still not bringing anyone on if it's not supporting mental health or drug and addiction, because that's really what our movement is about. But if you do support mental health and you do support drug and addiction, and you have time and you want to volunteer your time, whether you're locally here in South Jersey or worldwide, reach out to me, because our services are accessed worldwide. And like I said before, most of my community and followers are from the East and the West Coast. But if you are a licensed therapist, if you are a licensed counselor, or you are a licensed drug and addiction counselor or caregiver, please reach out to me. If you want to be just an advocate, reach out to me. And like I said, you don't have to be locally to be able to be able to come in our community and just be a part of our team. You don't have to be locally to do that, because all of our services are accessed worldwide. So if you're across the country and you want to be able to help me out and volunteer as a therapist or a counselor or a drug and addiction counselor or a caregiver or an advocate, reach out to me, because any of my clients will be able to get on live with you, and you'll be able to access them that way. So if you are licensed in any of those categories that will benefit our community, whether it's drug and addiction or mental health, if you're in social services and you're licensed, please reach out to us if you want to volunteer. Because like I said, I do have all that in place now, but you never have enough. Because this need of help is needed so much worldwide, and I want to be able to provide my services worldwide. If someone reaches out, I just want to be able to have someone for them right away, and I do have that help now. We just never have enough. Not when it comes to drug and addiction, mental health, illness, because the numbers are so large. The need for this access and help is so wide that you never have enough. So if you have the time, or your heart is there, where you want to give us a hand and help us in this movement on helping with mental health and drug and addiction, reach out to us. Get on my website. You can email me. You can get on a live chat. You can get on the phone. Whatever it is, just email. Just get out there and reach out to me. So we can go further into more information on how I can bring you aboard to help with this movement. If you are already in the mental health or drug and addiction and you're running something yourself, an agency or whatever it is, but you're helping and you're doing and you have a movement just like me, mental health and drug and addiction, and you want to collaborate, reach out to me. My team and myself, we're helping this cause 200%. It doesn't have to be all about us. It's just all about the mental health and drug and addiction. So if that's something that you do, and you have any new ideas that I can do, or we could come in as a team and help and make this a broader access, let me know. It's not all about you and You're Not Alone, not my organization. It's not about us. It's about the individuals out there that are just struggling in silence in the dark, with mental health and drug and addiction. It's about them. It's not about me. It's not about my team. It's not about the psychiatrists, the counselors, the advocates. It's not about us. It's about them. And they're the ones that I support. They're the ones that I want to help. They're the ones that I want to be able to say, yes, I can help you. Yes, I have what you need. They're the ones that are my concern right now. So if you're supporting the same thing I'm doing, if you want to help as much as I do, and your heart is there for them, please reach out. Like I said, it's not about anyone else. It's about them. So, it's no competition. If you're running the same kind of business that I am, there is no competition. It's not about us. Let's just come together and help them. Let's help these people that are in the dark. Let's cut back the numbers on suicide. Let's cut back the numbers on, addiction, on, the severity of what's going on. So many people out there that are suffering day and night. As we're talking right now, someone's having an OD on drugs. As we're talking right now, someone is having a breakdown on mental illness. This is something that's going on second by second. If we can come together and just help that next person from having an overdose, help that next person from, harming themselves, helping that next person from taking their life, that's all that matters. We can't help everyone, but we definitely can help. And that's what this podcast is about. That's what my organization is about. That's what I'm about. I have a shirt on today that I wanted to share with everybody because this is a shirt that was actually personally asked. It's a custom shirt for someone in my community. She had one on my website and she said, well, I see what you have, but do you do custom shirts? And I said, sure, what are you looking for? So she sent me her quote, what she wanted on her shirt, and when I seen it, I said, oh my God, that's really nice. So I got it done. I got her order placed, sent it to her, but I got one done for myself too. And it says, my scars didn't win, I did. And that just really meant so much, And when I said to her, wow, that's just a strong statement you're saying. And she said, yeah. She said, well, that's really how I feel. She said, I've been through a lot. I hurt myself a lot. But it didn't win. My scars didn't win. I'm still here and I'm still pushing. She said, and they will never win. I'm going to continue to do. And I had my bad days and I had my good days, Jeannie, but I'm not going to let my scars win. I'm going to win. And it just meant so much. And I had to just get the shirt done for me too and wear it today. But before I wore it today, I asked her, she said, you can wear it, you did, you made it. And I said, yeah, but I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel bad because I know she doesn't get to see my podcast when I'm running it because she's in the West Coast. But I know she goes on iHeartRadio or she'll replay it on social media later on and see it. So yeah, I got this done for her, customized shirt done for her, and I'm wearing it, to support her. She's doing amazing. I'm so happy for her. She really has turned her life around. I knew her way before I started this journey. She came to me from one of my other businesses, but when she seen what I was doing she opened up to me, so I'm so happy, and she's really doing great. But saying that, I also want to say thank you to everyone that supported me, logging on, whether it is to my live or just logging on afterwards, going on to iHeart, listening on there also. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for supporting this major cause. That's really something that's really important to me. Really, it's from home for me. From the heart. So this is really important that other people are supporting me on this journey and helping others. And I also want to do a shout out that's really important. It's really something that I needed to say. I was born and raised in the city of Camden, which I'm so proud of. It's who I am today. I'm the strong woman that I am today from those cores and everything that I've learned from the city. Those are my roots. I'm so proud to be from the city of Camden, New Jersey. And I just want to give a shout out to friends that I've seen that have been logging on and listening to me, whether it's my podcast, my yoga, and I just want to say I really love yous, and I really want to say thank you to yous. I know that I haven't seen every last one of them for years, but they're showing me support every day, logging on to my sessions, really just giving me support with their statements. I just want to say thank you, and I love yous. And I am today because of the memories with yous, those happy memories, and because of the city of Camden has made me the strong person that I am today. And I'm so proud of them because they're all doing so good in life. So I just want to say I'm proud of yous. Thank you for joining me every night on my podcast, on my yoga. Love yous for giving me the support. And we'll just keep pushing each other like we have always done. Thank you. Thank you to family members that have been logging on also, giving me that support. I just want to say thank you. And let's just keep pushing this and supporting each other and pushing this cause, because there is a lot of people, whether it's family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, people that we don't know, but they're out there struggling in silence. Let's just stop the stigma. Let's help. Let's support each other. Let's make this movement stronger than ever. And just open up to as many people as we can. Share the podcast, share the information, share my social media posts, whatever it takes. Just put it out there. Let's help people. Most of the time, we won't even know they're the ones that are suffering. But sometimes just by you sharing some information with people will let them come out and get the help that they need. With that, I just want to say thank you. I love yous. And of course, like always, my statement is it's okay to not be okay. What's not okay, and that's for no one to ever have to struggle in the dark in silence. Thank you to everybody. Love yous.